Ciao da Avsim! Welcome back in the space dedicated to Juventus in English. Last week we skipped this appointment because I was on vacation, but now I'm back and I'm ready to talk to you about Juventus, about the things, the situation of Juventus in the last few days. Before starting, especially if you're here for the first time, sign up for the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos in English. Give me some more time to be able to speak without reading the text on the screen. I do it to reduce mistakes in my imperfect English. Thank you, and if you are enjoying the video, press like below. Juventus finished the pre-season with 2 games played very badly, really badly. The 2-0 defeat to Real Madrid and the 4-0 defeat to Atletico Madrid. In the middle, there was also the family friendly against Juventus under-23 at Villar Perosa, but that matters very little in the construction of the team, of this team. Speaking of the 2 challenges against Real and Atletico, what has emerged worryingly is the lack of tactics. The lack of tactics because Allegri seems to have introduced no innovation in the Juventus play, as if training and summer preparation had been useless. We have seen players in great difficulty in the attacking phase, but also in the simple reconquest of the ball, not to mention the slowness and inaccuracy in managing possession of the ball in the defensive half of the field. We could almost talk about disaster, but without exaggeration we can simply say that there has been no improvement compared to last season. Where are the tactical structures to allow ball circulation? Where is the organized pressing? Where are the attacking patterns? Why are the players always very far apart, so as to make it more difficult to pass the ball? Why are all these trivial mistakes being made in defense? Why do players seem so often to stop with the ball between their feet, looking around without knowing what to do? Why can't Di Maria pass the ball to Vlahovic, nor Vlahovic to Di Maria? These are just some of the critical questions that arise to me, having watched the 2 games very well. But others could also be done, all without a reassuring answer. It's as if Allegri thinks of sending players on the pitch and demanding that they do something on their own initiative without effective tactical indications. At this rate, the risk of starting the championship, the Serie A, like last year is really high, considering that Sassuolo, Juventus' first opponent on August the 15th, is not in great shape but has always put us in trouble because they know how to pass the ball and attack well. How it will go, we'll find out watching the game, but it's normal today to have concerns as Juventus fans. And let me say that however it goes, it remains unacceptable to be at this point of involution right now. The result is certainly very important, but so is performance, taking into account all the company's efforts to strengthen the team. And so let's talk about the transfer market. It looks like Juventus are able to buy a new player every week, maybe even 2 players. Have you ever seen Juve do all these operations? I haven't, and I'm surprised but also disappointed. Allegri has spoken of a good base at the end of last season, speaking well of his own work and responding to criticism from those who saw a Juventus too weak and full of flaws. But if this good base was led with last season's work, why did it become necessary to make all these changes in the team? It seems like a contradiction. In addition, perhaps it would have been better if the fundamental purchases of the new season had been completed by July, within the month of July, so as to allow Allegri to work in training with the new players. Instead, the most important operations, such as the midfield playmaker, the regista, the attacking wing, Kostic or another, and the alternative to Vlahovic, are only being completed these days so as not to have the full team for the first league games. This can lead to other problems, for example, frustrating the impact of the new players in the first matches, which are crucial to starting the season well. Coming to the individual names, Filip Kostic, bought from Eintracht Frankfurt for just under 20 million euros, is certainly a good player, even if he is almost 30 years old and Juventus will be the most important club in his career for him. The problem would be if Allegri were to field him as a left back, terzino, which is not his role, instead of as a left midfielder with the ability to attack often. Kostic has to attack very often during the game. We'll see, but Kostic also creates a small other problem. Which model to use? With the Serbian, it will be very difficult to deploy the 4-3-3, while with the 4-4-2, Di Maria would be put out of role, and it will no longer make sense to buy a striker like Depay or Muriel with 4-4-2. Same goes for the regista, the midfield playmaker. With the 4-3-3, it makes sense to take Paredes, although I personally will bet on Rovella and Artur in that role, and not to mention the contribution of Fagioli and Miretti as central midfielders, as mezzala. But if you were to play with 4-4-2, then it will no longer make much sense to buy another midfielder, and Paredes in particular. Another tactical problem of the new purchases concerns Bremer, which, as I already told you in a previous video, is not suitable for the fourth side defense as a left center-back on the left, being much better with the right foot than with the left one, but above all because he's not used to this tactical structure. In short, the very first matches of Allegri's new Juventus worried the fans a lot because there are various problems that could lead to bad performances and consequently not to win the 3 points. In August, Juve must score at least 9 points out of the 12 available, otherwise it will already start getting hurt for the Scudetto. But it will certainly not be easy to win 3 out of 4 games in these conditions. And it must be added that all these transfers have already cost the company a lot of money, much more than it would have cost to sack Allegri in June, thus managing to keep strong players like Dybala in the league sent away precisely by Allegri's choice, and avoiding having to buy too many new players at high prices without a clear project. Do I seem too pessimistic and defeatist to you? If so, forgive me, but I'm just trying to analyze what I see, proposing logical reasoning to you. You are free to disagree, waiting for the pitch to speak and make us better understand how things are. In any case, thank you for your attention and tell me what you think in the comment space below. Like and subscribe to the channel. See you very soon, and sempre forza Juve!